All right, guys. Welcome back to our NFL predictions. We're hitting it a bit late this week, but we discussed beforehand who we take in the Thursday night game. We both agreed on the Bills. The Bills did end up winning, although it was closer than I'm
What we
sure
thought.
either of us thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Just real quick, last week I went 10-6, and he went 11-5. Our total records are 19-13 to 23-9, respectively. So he's kind of kicking my butt right now. But yeah, feeling good about this week. Again, we both chose the Bills for Thursday. Let's hop right into it. Packers Browns. I'm picking the Packers. I'm not even really explaining.
There's a part of me that want to say the Browns just hit upset alert, but I'm gonna go to the Packers. I
uh,
just think they got too much going for them right now. Too much offense, too much defense. They're living. They're high on life right now. Just victories, and I still think the addition of Mike Parsons is just too much for the Browns. Although let's be real, Miles Garrett's probably going to get after it too.
Yeah, the Browns do have a great defense, but that Packers defense has been shutting down some really good teams. So the Browns offense has no chance, in my opinion. Although I did see they're starting their rookie running back, Quinshaw Judkins. He looked pretty good last game. So, all right, next is Colts Titans. Another one that I think is pretty easy. The Colts are just way better. It is a divisional game, so that adds a little more ambiguity. But yeah, I'm still going Colts.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Colts. I don't really have a lot to say about that. It's
Here
kind of a worthless,
you can go to the next one. I'm just getting a drink.
worthless like conversation to have. I mean, I think we all feel that way. Here's an interesting one: the 2-0 Bengals and the 1-1 Vikings. For me, I think the Vikings are the better team. Plus, with the injuries that the Bengals are dealing with, I don't see any reason why anything other than the Vikings actually probably having a pretty sound win.
uh, yeah. So obviously the Vikings are playing their backup quarterback, but to be honest, I think right this second Carson Wentz is probably better than JJ McCarthy, anyways. So
I
yeah,
forgot about that. I forgot that the Vikings were playing the backup quarterback. But I agree with what you're saying.
yeah. So I'm gonna rock Vikings also, but then again, I've chosen against the Bengals every week, and they've been wrong every week.
Steelers, Patriots.
I'm going the
Yeah, we
Steelers.
know which way Tyler's going, but I'm also going to go Steelers. I still think that I talked about earlier in the season, or like before the season started, Patriots coach, mentality, culture is all turning in the right direction. I still believe that, but I just think the Steelers got too much going on. And Tyler and I talked about it earlier in the week. Man, has Aaron Rodgers looked good. It's got a little bit more left in the tank than I think a lot of people give him credit for.
Yeah. Our defense is really banged up, but we still have the highest paid defense in the league, so I'm hoping they show up for at least one game. The Patriots' best corner is out, so that's a plus. Maybe DK will have a big game. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to take my Steelers.
Yeah, I would like to see DK do something a little more than he's done. So
All right. Next up we got
the game of the week.
yeah, my definitely my game of the week, Rams Eagles. And I don't think the Eagles have looked amazing in either of their two games. And I really like the Rams. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. I don't know if that's necessarily a big upset or not, but I'm going with the Rams to win this.
Man, I wanted to do that, but I don't want to do the same thing as you. I
Well,
thought for sure you were going to go Eagles, fly, and I was going to sneak in there and I was going to say this is going to be my upset.
man, I don't know. I see videos of Stafford just he's so good at throwing the ball.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go Rams. No, I just take it back. I'm going to go Eagles. I'm going to go Eagles because I don't want to go the same as Tyler on this. I think I mean, both these teams are they're going to be in the playoffs. They're both good teams. So I just think that the run game of the Eagles with the quarterback and with the running back is just if they're able to jump out to a lead, they're able to wear teams down. And then when you're trying to catch up from behind, that's when mistakes happen. And Stafford is also known to have, he can go on a little run of throwing some picks. But I kind of wanted to go the Rams, but I'm going to say Eagles.
Okay, so you're on the Eagles.
I'm going Eagles.
Okay, that was he was messing with those guys. All right, Jets, Buccaneers. We're going Buccaneers. Tyrod Taylor starting for the Jets. That's all I have to say. I'm going to the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a much closer game than it should be if this was week 1 or the injuries to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line, defensive line, even their secondary, I think, speed up a little bit.
And I do think the Jets have a pretty good front. So
but what I do believe in is a little bit of Baker magic. I believe that he's going to move around the pocket. He's not going to make the Bucs offensive line look as bad as it's really actually playing. And to our benefit, even our beat up offensive line last week was still able to move the rock, running the ball. They did some really good run blocking. It's the pass blocking that we struggled in. So, I think it's gonna be close, but I can't get away from the Buccaneers on this. And they're at home. This is their home opener.
Yeah. Did you see that Kalijah Kancey can come back if you guys make it past the first round?
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Raiders, Commanders. Marcus Mariota is starting for the Commanders. So taking that into account, the Commanders have a really weak defense. I do like the Raiders' offense, but I'm still gonna go Commanders. I think Marcus Mariota is actually a really good quarterback. Anytime we see him go in for Jane Daniels, he's done really well. Jane Daniels missed a couple games last season, if I'm remembering correctly. And the Commanders' offense didn't really miss a beat, so I think their offense will keep it up. And I think it's kind of an important win. I don't think a team like the Commanders should go below 500. So
Good. Yeah, I really am. This is another one of those games. I'm going to go just to be the opposite of Tyler. I'm going to go the Raiders.
I almost talked myself into, but
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Raiders. Yeah. I mean, it looks like the spread is 2.5 on the Commanders. That's a tight game. I'm gonna go Raiders.
All right.
Probably the easiest game for me this week. This one.
Falcons, Panthers. Falcons looked really. Actually, I think they looked better week 1 than they did last week. But Bijan Robinson looked amazing last week. Michael Penix looked amazing week 1 against this sorry Panthers defense. I think the Falcons offense will be booming, and the Falcons also have a pretty good defense. As much as I like the Panthers, I can't pick them over the Falcons right now. So Falcons for sure.
I'm saying Falcons also, but I'm gonna say Panthers quarterback has more passing yards.
Oh, totality.
I think Bryce Young will have a better passing game. But the Falcons win.
I do think Bryce Young had like 350 or something last week. Because you remember that crazy almost comeback?
Yeah. So I think Falcons, but I think Bryce Young's going to ball out.
I hope so. I like Bryce Young. Alabama guy. All right. Texans, Jags. This is a pretty good one. The Texans have faced 2 good teams, 0-2. Jags started 1-1 against, I still think, a weaker Bengals team is who they lost to. I'm gonna go.
Do it.
The Jags are favored actually, and I'm I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with the Texans on this one.
I knew he was gonna do that. This is easy for me. I've been talking up the Jags. I've been talking about Liam Cohn. I've been talking about the quarterback's got to get his head out of his butt if he wants to have an actual solid career. So
He had what, like 3 interceptions last game?
So I'm going to go Jags. I'm going Jags.
All right. Next up, I think another pretty good game. Broncos Chargers. As much as I want to pick my Broncos, and I just say my Broncos because I really like the team. The Broncos haven't looked that good. Their offense has looked kind of rough. Bo Nix has not looked great. The Chargers, on the other hand, have looked pretty darn good. They've been blowing teams out. I guess week 1 against the Chiefs wasn't a blowout, but they've been making some statement wins, I'll say. And with that, I'm going to go with the Chargers. Yeah, I'll go with the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't to me, I think it's. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers as well. I don't have a lot to say about it. If I start talking, I talk myself into the other way, and I don't want to do that.
And the reason I'm actually choosing the Chargers is because their defense has been amazing. So I think Bo Nix will struggle again for the 3rd week in a row.
Ooh.
Saints Seahawks.
Ooh,
I'm choosing the Seahawks. They just beat the Steelers, so I really hope they don't lose to the Saints.
Yeah, I'm also on board with the Seahawks. Not a lot to say. The spread's pretty big, 7.5.
That's fine. That's kind of big. The Saints looked decent last week, but yeah, I mean, all right. Cowboys Bears. This is a pretty interesting one. I'll go with the Bears. I mean the Cowboys. Cowboys, not the Bears. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this game is interesting. I think the Cowboys trying to play a little bit with fire, bringing in Jadeveon Clowney, who had a lot of hype coming out of college. He's had an okay career, but the one thing that follows him is always personality. He's not like a team guy, not culture. He's not a team culture guy. But I mean, he does. He's going to bring the ability to set the edge. He's going to bring the ability to do some things like that. Uh, so I'm also going to go with Cowboys. I think that just is a little bit pick me up. Dak has looked pretty good. So yeah.
All right. I think this will actually be a good game. Cardinals 49ers. Mac Jones is in for the 49ers. That's something to remember. George Kittle's out. They're battling a few injuries. This is a divisional game, right? Both 2-0. I think if everyone was healthy, I would take the 49ers. But I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I had them making the playoffs in some of our preseason stuff. So I'm just going to kind of ride with them. And yeah.
I mean, they're both 2-0 teams. I don't dislike the Cardinals, but I do think that the defense of 49ers.
Man, 1.5 is the spread that's close.
49ers defense a little bit better. I think that, yes, Brock Purdy. I don't think it's a big downgrade. I know people argue about this, but like Mac Jones, Brock Purdy. I think it's the offense that makes Purdy, not necessarily Purdy making Purdy. And I think Mac Jones is capable of managing the game. And as long as you got Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, I think that that's where the offense goes through and thrives. And that when they had Debo too, like those two, they can make things happen.
Yeah.
And so they still have Christian McCaffrey, and so I'm gonna go 49ers.
Yeah, I almost went with the same thought process. CMC's he's a beast. All right, next up we have 2-0-2 teams.
Which one shall you choose?
The Chiefs or the Giants? I think this will be the Chiefs. that's all I gotta say.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk yourself into the Giants.
No, I was gonna say it'll be really close and all that stuff, but I don't know. I'm just saying the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, isn't this the first 0-2 start in the Mahomes era?
Yes, sir.
Um, we still got Kelsey. We still got some speed receivers, and most importantly, they still have Mahomes.
Yeah.
So I can't envision. And by the way, Andy Reid's been a good quarterback well before Mahomes came into the league, or a good coach well before Mahomes came in the league. So I can't envision any other way than this is going to be their statement game. This is going to be when they start clawing back to the 500 realm. This is the first of what I imagine they're going to go on a freaking run. I think it's one of those things they just need, uh, like life and so many things. When things pile up against you negatively, you just need one good thing, turn it into two, turn it into three, and they're going to do that with some wins, I think. And this is where it starts. So I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, something I just want to add to that real quick is some people looking at the Chiefs are saying they're 0-2 and counting them out and stuff. That's kind of ridiculous, man. They've lost two really close games against two really good teams in the Chargers and Eagles, who, while missing their top two receivers for 98% of the drives. Yeah, I just wanted to add that. I think it's weird how some people are overacting. Okay.
This is another good game.
Yeah, final game of the week, Monday night, Lions Ravens.
Yeah, where are you going to go?
I'm gonna go Ravens. Derrick
Oh.
Henry had a really rough rushing week this past week against the Browns. I think he'll bounce back against this Lions defense. I actually don't know how good the Lions run defense is, but I don't really care. Um, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Lamar always plays good against anybody. He's just great. Um, and the only time the Lions have faced a good team this season, which is very limited, obviously, because they've only played two games, but they kind of got put in their place by the Packers. So
Yeah, it wasn't the first game of the season.
yes, sir.
Um,
There's only been two games, so it's kind of like
yeah, but still, I mean, there has been a rash of injuries across the NFL just in these first couple weeks.
that's true.
And I mean, there's always injuries, but I feel like there's just an exceptional amount for some reason.
Well, it's because a lot of them are your team.
That is true. That is true. Um, yeah, I really think Derrick Henry is going to bounce back. But I really think that the Detroit Lions are going to play a better game than people give them credit for. I think Jared Goff, he has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. I know that Jackson has 6 touchdowns, but Goff's thrown for like 130 yards more than him. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. If the Steelers are an upset, I'll go Lions. I do know week one I was questioning their ability to do anything after week one, but uh, yeah, you gotta roll the dice a little bit. This one's a gut thing, not necessarily looking on paper what I think should happen. I just think that the Lions have to come out strong um, in the weaker NFC. And if they can beat the top dogs in the AFC, that'd be good.
Yeah. I will say beating the Bears like they did will give them some momentum, but I'm still sticking with my answer. But I do think it's close enough to where nobody should be surprised if the Lions win.
Yeah, I just know that both these teams, AFC champions, one of the top dogs in the NFC last year, that it should be a good game. And, could be a Super Bowl preview.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's not. I hope Tampa Bay's in the NFC slot. But, yeah, this is a statement game.
Yeah. Well, if every single disagreement goes my way, then I'll bounce back and catch up to you in record. So that'll be nice.
Well, not every single one's gonna go your way. You might beat me this week. I did take some some risky ones just for the sake to be different than you.
Yeah, the past 2 weeks before this, I took my upsets were like big upsets. I kind of calmed down this week, but yeah, I don't know. I'll still throw in some crazy upsets every now and then, but I just didn't see one this week that I really liked.
I mean, I think that
I guess the
there's a
Rams
couple.
over Eagles is kind of an upset.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's kind of like what you were just talking about um, with the Ravens and Lions. So, but all right, guys. Well, we appreciate your time.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Till
see you
next time.
next time.